dealing with societal pressures, yeah.
Right.
Um, Society will always label people as something, right?
Right, yeah.
How do you deal with the labels that society puts on you?
What labels would you say?
So you mentioned the term "pick me,"
Pick me,
yeah.
angry black woman, all those type of things. I think in the beginning it used to annoy me. But then I started Googling words as well. So they would say like bitter black woman. And I Googled the word bitter, and I thought, well, actually, maybe I am a little bit bitter, because when you look at the definition of bitter, it's actually when you're upset or you feel like there's been a disservice done to you, or you feel like you've been overlooked, or you feel, and that is a lot of the how that is how black women feel. But if you want to make me feel bad for feeling like that because of how the world is, by putting a label on me, by calling me bitter, because bitter has this negative like thing around it, but you're only doing that to make me feel, do you get, well, you're only calling me bitter because you want me to be like, no, I'm not bitter, because no, if I was like, yeah, actually probably I am, because when I read the definition, I actually, yeah, I do feel disservice, I do feel like we're overlooked, I do feel this, I do feel that, and I will now use that word and I'll claim it, because that's fine. If you want to call me a pick me, that's fine. All your favorites are picking me. You know what I mean? It's how it goes. That's how it goes. So it is what it is. You can say what you want. I honestly don't care. Like, if you want to call me these things, it doesn't bother me, because it's like, okay, what do you want me to do about this? I'm not going to argue with you online about it.
So you feel like almost there's an acceptance of certain terms that people put on you, and that's a way of dealing with.
Yeah, I think people just like to say things as well. And especially when people say things as a rebuttal. Do you know what I mean? So you disagree with something, so you come with all these other things. Most of the time when I get called these names, because you're disagreeing with me, you're not coming with facts as to why I'm like this. So I'll say something like, oh, she's a pick me. There's no rebuttal. It's not like, oh, I disagree with you because A, B, and C. It's they just pick any sort of character flaw. So that's why I never take it on board either, because this is your way of arguing or trying to rebuttal with me, and that just shows me that you're not intelligent.
So did you feel like the scene or our culture was against you in a way?
I mean, in the beginning, I think they was very wary of me. I think a lot of people were, and that was even like, again, when it came to just getting people on my shows, it was difficult to get people on the show, because people just had this idea of me, of what they thought I was going to be like. But the thing is as well, it's like, there were so many people that I knew they necessarily didn't like me, but they would always see me in person and it would be totally fine. Because then they would realise that I'm actually a cool person. It was a thing of, like, Zeze's actually really cool. Oh, yeah, what, you're cool peoples? Or I'll just like bust a little cheeky smile at them and they wouldn't, and it would just deflate everything. Like, it's never been any like problems when I've gone out and seen any of the guys that would be a bit like funny with me online or whatever. It was always, every time I saw them, it'd be all love, because I'd just be like, what? Why are you crying about things for? Like, chill out. Do you know what I mean? So
was it mainly guys, or was it girls as well who weren't really?
No, I think it was the guys in the beginning. It was the guys in the beginning, which is funny now, because the guys have kind of come around and the tables have turned. So it's actually quite funny how it's all gone like that. But yeah. It was definitely the guys in the beginning, 100%, definitely.
Okay, so rubbing people up the wrong way, right?
Yeah.
Did that drain you?
Oh, I wouldn't say. Yeah, it can be draining, but because you're arguing with people, because you don't want to become, even though I'm a human being, so even though I don't care, I still care to a certain degree. Like, if people trying to paint me out to be this horrible person, my natural thing is to show people I'm not a horrible person. So you'd find yourself like going back and forth with people a lot. And yeah, that would be very draining. I was saying to someone the other day, I don't think since the time I've started doing Zeze Millz, I don't think a week has gone past without me being called outside of my name. as in without being called a bitch or you're dumb or you're this. And I said that to my friend that I've been doing this for like 3 to 4 years now. And the fact that I'm probably 99% sure that a week hasn't gone past without being called without being like hurled some sort of like abuse at.
How does
And
that
I was
feel?
saying, I mean, it's on two sides. It's like it's worrying that it doesn't bother me, or it just hasn't affected me yet, and we'll find out later on down the line how much it has messed with me or not. But yeah, I was saying that, and I was thinking that I did think that's quite strange and quite weird that that's actually a thing. Yeah.
Do you ever think first about how you could be affecting someone's feelings before you say those kind of things about people? Or
Because no, and yes and no, because when I give my opinion on something, it's not to do necessarily with the person's character. It's to do with something they've done. So if I don't like a drill song, I'm not saying such and such is this. I'm saying I don't like that song, which I think is very different. I think if people want to critique me, I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. If someone's like, I don't like Zeze's opinions because I don't think she listens, and also I think this, then you have every right to say that. But I don't go around being like, well, he's dumb, idiot. Look at him. He can't even this. Look, he can't even dress. Like, where's your kids? Like this, all these things that people just draw from. So that's why I think it's totally different. I think we need to live in a world where people are allowed to tell people whether they like your work or not, whether they like this or that. I think that's totally fine. But when you start making it personal, then like I was saying earlier, you've lost me and you've lost the argument, in my opinion.
did people understand that in the beginning though?
No. That's what I'm saying. That's why I always used to end up having. And I think, again, it was difficult for me as well because a lot of the people that I was commenting, because I've always been in this industry, I've always been in the mix, if that makes sense. I used to go Sunday show. I used to go Sunday show back in the day. I used to be around, like I've been, you know what I mean? I've been in this environment, you know? I've been going to the parties. I've been going since I've been young. So I think a lot of the people as well, like I would be around, I'd either be, you know, at shows or whatever, see them high, and then they'll see me talk about them. They didn't understand it either because I actually had some sort of relationship with these people, and they were like, what's going on? I'd be like, it's not, like, think about it. There'd be a couple times I'd be like, think about how much shit I actually do know about you. Like, if I wanted to be messy, I could be messy, but I've never been that person. Like, I'm not like a blog site. I've always said that I'm not a blog site. I'm not here to like release information that is not known to the world. It's always kind of been, once it's out there, I will now give my opinion on what is out there. I've never kind of been someone to be like, leaked information, and people messaging me and be like, oh, I've heard this, and it's got nothing to do with me until everyone knows. Like, oh, there's bare things that I know, and I'm not saying nothing until everyone else knows. When everyone else knows, okay, let me put my 2 pence in. But until that point, I ain't got nothing to say.
And do you think equally they're kind of the ones who motivate you? Are there more people who really do motivate you?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, my mum motivates me, or what, but not for necessarily the reasons that, because I don't know actually. If I'm being honest with you, I don't think I think, oh my God, I need to do this for my mum. If I'm being honest with you, it's kind of like for myself, and so I'm happy with myself, and so that I can live with myself, if that makes sense. Because, you know, getting up and living with yourself every day and you don't really like what situation you're in is not a nice thing to be in. It's not nice. It's not a nice feeling. I've been there. I've got friends that are there or been there, and it's draining. And so I almost do it because you know what, regardless if I don't ever do anything again, the truth is my mum's gonna love me and she's gonna be there for me, and she's gonna tell me everything's gonna be all right. You know what I mean? So it's more for myself, you know. I like to do nice things. I like to live nice. I like to, you know, feel nice. So, you know, it's so that I can, and I like to do nice things for people around me as well. Like that makes me really happy that I get to do really nice things and say to people, oh yeah, should we do this? Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'll sort it. Like those type of things, or, you know, that genuinely makes me like really, really, really happy. Yeah.
That's really nice. Really nice.
Thank you.
Have you got any last words?
Just I guess thanks to everyone that kind of puts up with me, you know, that even the people, again, the people that don't really like me or anything, it's all good. It all makes sense. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not here to be liked by everyone. I'm not, and that's not even a thing of, you know, when people say it, like, I'm not here, but you shouldn't want to be liked. You should not want to be liked by everyone. Like, that's a weird shit. If you want people to really, everyone, because yeah. I just think, why would everyone like you? That's weird to me, honestly. I know people might think that's weird because everyone wants to be liked these days, but why? You should be pissing off some people in life. Like, what is going on? Even if it's just your boss at work, you know what I mean? Or your colleague that you sit down with the table, like, because you come up with all the good ideas or something. Like, do you know what I mean? Or she always thinks she's right in the meeting. Whatever environment you're, there should be some people that you a bit, because that's saying something. They either feel threatened by you, or they're worried about your potential, or all those type of things. I think it's healthy that there's something there. But so, yeah, just thanks to everyone, I guess, and hopefully I'm around for a little bit longer.
Definitely. I mean, we're really excited to see the rest of your journey, and yeah, it's been amazing speaking to you today.
Thank you.
So thank you for being so open.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.